What is up, everyone? It's Grim here. I hope you're all good. Now, many of you may remember this screenshot from above. This is taken from my Warlock 6.2 video, where, in fact, Blizzard had shown that they kind of nerfed us to sort of 28% almost, where they said on everything that it would be 25. I don't know why I'm trying to make it sound that 25% was reasonable, but anyway, Blizzard then changed that. I will be completely open and honest. Blizzard then changed it. On the PTR, they gave it a tiny buff to put it back in line with the 25% nerf, not a 28% nerf. Thanks, I suppose. Thanks for that. Well, I kind of stepped back from this because this was actually getting me down. I was kind of like, well, I don't really want to play demo in 6.2 because it's going to be shite and I hate being a burden to the people I'm raiding with. And Affliction is plain boring right now. I don't tend to play a spec because it does good damage. I tend to play it because I enjoy it and it's fun. But I want to still be competitive. I want to not feel like I'm being carried by the rest of my raid until I get that supposedly amazing RNG bit of loot that's going to drop. I can't stand that. Really, it annoys the hell out of me. But I don't enjoy Destro and I haven't enjoyed Affliction since Wrath of the Lich King. Leaves me with Destro, and it just happened to be fantastic. Destro was, you know, really competitive, the best of the three specs. Not up there, not smashing the numbers with Hunters and Mages, but competitive. I was in there, and I'm happy with that. That's all I've ever asked for. So anyway, so I thought I'd step back. I don't want to get too involved in these numbers. I want to keep staring at them all the time, so I'm going to step back, take a little chill break from WoW for a little bit. You know, still do potter about, get my gold and all that, but not fixate on PTR and what's going to happen in 6.2. Then they released a patch notes talking about Soulfire. Basically what that means is Soulfire, when you go into Demon form, is going to cost you less. Fantastic. You know, that's something that I would have thought would have been there in the beginning, but it's nice to have it. Then they said, Hand to Gul'dan, update. And I'm like, oh, this is the beginning of the Warlock tweaks. Here we go. What have they done to Hand to Gul'dan? Nothing. What they've changed is the dot that comes with Hand to Gul'dan, and they've nerfed the fucking dot. Now, as you can see above, and this is from ages ago, this is from when the PTR first came out, the dot for Hand to Gul'dan was nerfed by 1.5%, which is a nothingness. That's fine. I can, you know, that's just nothing. That might be a slight difference in some minor tweak on the PTR. It's so small that it just doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. That's fine. Now, let's go through the new numbers, because this has got me really worried. Okay, so let's get rid of this screen, come on. Okay, so here we go. So let's recap. This is on live at the time I did the original testing. Now, bear in mind that the character I transferred onto the PTR is a snapshot of what happened back then. Now I've got bits of tier set and all sorts, so it wouldn't be fair to compare the two. So this is live as of the beginning of the PTR, and that's the character, and that's the stats I'm going to be using. So I'm not going to go through it all, you guys can see it all there. What we're interested in is PTR, but this is our foundation, this is our basis, okay? This is what is giving us our comparison. So, what have they done on PTR? Dun dun dun. Welcome to the nightmare, my friends. Yeah. Ouch. The PTR, as you can see, the PTR next to live, that is what is current on the PTR. And obviously, the bit over to the right is taken from my original workings. So as you can see, even low, the original workings, bear in mind, was 28%. Blizzard were meant to nerf it 25%. It was in fact 28%. You can see it's even worse than that. So Shadow Bolt is down from 9,600 basically to 6,500. Touch of Chaos from 7,500 basically to 5,000. Corruption has got its little buff, but not as much as it was. It was almost there because Corruption was 17,000. They buffed it to 19,800. It's now down to 18,200. A negligible upgrade. Doom was 51,000 down to 34,000. Hand of Gul'dan 10,000 down to 7,000. Hand of Gul'dan the dot was 11,600, now 6,300. Chaos Wave was 22,000, now down to 15,000. Soulfire was 6,000, now down to 4,000. What the fuck? You want to know what this is in percentage terms? Let's have a little look-see, shall we? I'm getting really, really depressed. Here we go, let's have a look. And here we go. Anybody could feel my fake laughter here. Oh, so yeah, Shadow Bolt. Almost a 32% nerf Touch of Chaos, over 32% nerf. Corruption, for some reason, is now buffed 1.56%. What the fuck happened to the 12%? I know that was our Affliction, that's where it's getting it. We were meant to be getting a little bit of love, for fuck's sake. But no. Doom, minus 32.29%. Hand of Gul'dan, down. I don't want to finish saying the Hand of Gul'dan one, because I know the Hand of Gul'dan dot is coming up. Hand of Gul'dan down 31.99%. Hand of Gul'dan dot from 11,600 to 6,300, a 45.6% decrease. Chaos Wave down 32.29%. Soulfire down 31.99%. Basically across the board 32% nerf with basically no buffs. Corruption 1.56, that's nothing. As I said before, with regards to the Hand of Gul'dan nerf, a 1.5% is nothing. That could just be a little tweak, a variation in the matrix. We're not even going to worry about that. But what the hell is going on? I'm going to leave these figures here so you guys can see them and just let them soak in if you're a demo Warlock. What is going on with Blizzard? Now, I know they're tweaking stuff, I know they're trying to get stuff balanced, and a lot of people have said to me, don't worry about it, dude. When you start getting some gear, it's going to be epic, it's going to be awesome. Now, for those of you that haven't looked, the Hellfire Citadel gear used to have versatility on it. They hadn't changed the stats, they hadn't got them the way they actually want them for launch. So, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and have a look at them. Now, apparently, they have been released as what is going to be launch version. They've had versatility taken off, and they now have the actual stats that they want come live. Maybe some tweaking, obviously, it's still in PTR, but it's pretty much where they want it to be. Every piece of gear I looked at, everything that was going to be an upgrade for me, and bear in mind this is in normal, I'm talking normal and heroic, I'm not a mythic raider. All of it had way less mastery. Now, I reckon I'm going to lose easily 600 to 700 mastery if I start swapping to Hellfire gear, which is a crazy amount of mastery to lose. On top of what I thought was going to happen is they were going to nerf us this hard because the gear was going to be so good. It was going to be juicy mastery gear, mastery trinkets. It was just, mwah, it was going to be juicy goodness. And it's not. It's nowhere near as good as I thought it was going to be. I don't see how we're meant to make up the difference, apart from swapping spec, which is something I don't want to do because, let's be honest, Affliction and Destro at the moment are blah to play. They're just blah. Affliction has not been fun for me personally since Wrath of the Lich King. I have not enjoyed Affliction since then, and I adored it then. I wasn't very good, I will openly admit that. I wasn't very good back then, but I really loved the fact that if you got it right, if you put some effort in, if you could snapshot at the right times, you could get just everything right, it was a lot of fun and you could do a lot of damage. Now it's just kind of like, we'll just keep doing exactly the same rotation because you don't need to worry if a certain trinket procs because the dots take that into consideration, so don't worry about it. It's dull as fucking dishwater. They've taken the skill aspect out of it, which is, pains me. Destro is now, with the charred embers or charred remains, whatever it is, and you have the sacrifice, you don't have a pet. I'm a fucking fire mage without doing any of the damage a fire mage can do. Well, cheers, Blizz. That sounds super fucking fun. The group I raid with, we have one other Warlock, alright, and he has stopped playing recently. He's kind of just, yeah, he's missing raids, he's not bothered about it. He's a Destro lock, he's not interested at all anymore. So it leaves me as the only lock, and I'm in the same position as him. I'm like, as soon as 6.2 hits, and I'm not going to have the gear, I did a test on the PTR, because this is the whole thing. Blizzard turned around and said, don't bitch. Oops, sorry, I just hit my mic. Not on purpose, I'm not raging. Blizzard said, go into the PTR and test, give us numbers, okay? We cannot make bricks without clay and all that. We need the data back from you. So that's what we've done. We went on the PTR, we've done all these tests, and they're hitting us with more nerfs on stuff that shouldn't be nerfed. And I'm sat thinking, I did a test on PTR earlier on today, and it was depressing. I'm currently doing on the PTR unbuffed. This has been nothing on because I want to make sure that the tests are fair and balanced, and as they tweak little things in the background, you don't know how many variables are changing, so I try to have the least amount of variables as possible. I did against live, and this is live back when I was using these live numbers, not current live, because obviously, as I say, got tier sets and stuff now. I'm doing 64% less damage than I was. Sorry, I'm doing 64% of the damage I was doing before. So I have lost 36% of my damage, just gone. Whoop! There you go. Enjoy that. It's disappeared. I don't know how I'm still meant to be competitive. I don't have any clue. And this is the thing. It's the final point, because I could go on and on about this, and I know I've already gone a long time, and it's a static image, so I apologise for that, guys. But this is something I'm honestly passionate about, something I really enjoy. I enjoy playing the Warlock, and to see it die like this is really painful for me, and it takes a lot of the enjoyment out of playing WoW, full stop. I know it's PTR, I know things are going to change, but it's painful. I just wish Blizzard would come out to the community and say, okay guys, look, these are the reasons we've done these things. You know, this is why. We want your feedback, and with your feedback we will tweak, we will change things. But, you know, we need to work together on this. I wish they'd come out and do something like that, because the more they just do things like this, the more they just kill a class for no real reason. Like, why did Shadow Bolt ever need to be nerfed? Ever. It makes no sense. If they're doing it just so people go and test other classes, then just say that. Just say, look, we're going to just put in a 99% nerf to all demonology spec abilities because we want you to go and check something else out. Fine, we'll do that as your community. We will do that happily. But just turning around and going 25% nerf to everything, and then you put a 28% nerf in, and then you make it a 32% nerf. Blizzard, you will lose so many people. You've already lost millions of subscribers. You're down to 7.1 million subs now. The more you treat your community like this, the more people are going to walk away because they don't feel valued as a customer base. They just think you don't care. That's my frustrations, guys. My rant over with. Apologies, I should be doing my Making Gold series and that, but I'm taking a break off of it today. Just focusing on the Warlock today and doing some stuff on PTR, which fingers crossed you guys will have later in the week. Don't panic. I'm not running away from WoW or anything like that. But just a little bit disheartened right now. Anyway, catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.